You saw my soul, and I've seen yours too. Up till now, I can see right through. Too far gone to notice you're some sick metal fool.
Hey YouTube, I'm going to do a short review on the Polish Tantal AK-74 variant. What you see here is everything it comes with. One Bulgarian plastic mag, one steel mag, and your very cheap bipod. This thing I just got on here right now, I would never even really use it. It is what it is. Some things I want to point out about this rifle compared to a Wasser 10. Wow, this is such a higher quality rifle. Fires a 5.45 by 39 millimeter round, and we'll do a review here on how to break it down, some pros about the gun, some cons about the gun, such as keyholing, and just a regular overview. I'm not going to do any shooting today. It's a balmy 30-some degrees outside and wet, nasty day, so we're just going to sit here and we're going to do this. Alright YouTube, so first thing I want to look at on the Tantal is the caliber. It's a 5.45 by 39 millimeter. I got it laid beside the 5.56 223 round. A lot of people have problems and they blame the barrel about keyholing, which is the rotation of the bullet hitting a target. This caliber was designed to do that, to control penetration. In an urban setting where you might have friendlies mixed with targets, you don't want that bullet penetrating as much as, you know, a standard hunting rifle or something like that. You want it to hit its target that it's intended for without causing any collateral damage. If you pay attention, looking just at the size of the bullet here, you can see a huge difference just in the length of the bullet itself. And that's what gives this rifle the characteristics of the yawling or keyholing effect of the rifle. I have found, if you can find it, the 4.5 grain bullet will eliminate a lot of that factor. The second problem though with this caliber, especially around where I live, is its availability. Very hard bullet to find. I would advise anybody, before you buy this particular caliber, check around your gun shops and your gun dealers. Make sure you can find this bullet. If not, you're going to be ordering it online. If you reload, this round is, nobody makes the brass, nobody makes the bullets, and to my knowledge, RCBS is the only one that even makes a die set for this caliber, and it's $140. I did contact Lee, and Lee can make you a die set, special order die set. I probably will end up doing that. I know people that take, I've heard of people anyhow, that have taken 222 cases and modified them to fit this caliber. Other than that, it's very little recoil. It's very similar in the firing characteristics, other than the keyholing of an AR round. Alright, so let's take a good look at this rifle. First thing I want to point out is the finish. It's got the Parkerized gray finish. Very nice looking gun. Just check real quick, make sure it's unloaded. Nothing in there. It's got the bakelite lower, and I'm not sure what the upper forearm is here. It's a different color, But I have done some research. I've looked at some archived photos of the Polish military using this weapon, and that's how they are. Why it's like that, if somebody can, if someone knows a little bit of history of why the Polish did this, I'd be really interested in knowing. A unique feature to the Polish Tantal is the select fire mode. See if I can get it in the camera shot here. Right here on the back of the gun. This is obviously for 3-round burst, full auto, and safety. Well, right now this does work only as a safety right now. If you would select this to fire with your thumb, you could just puts it back on safety. The only thing I really don't like about this is unless you have like gorilla thumbs or something, you can't use the selector here to take off the safety. There's a dimple here on your safety bar that prevents it. It's a little bit tight, but putting the safety on, one thumb, it goes right back on. Another nice feature about this gun is the folding wire stock. See if I can get this in the picture view here. This folding wire stock. It's real nice. Comes with a rubber bumper on it, so it doesn't mess up your finish at all. It's real easy to use. Pull down on the lever here, button, it closes. Real nice. Another unique feature to the Polish Tantal, see if I can turn this gun around, is the breakdown button here. That's what I call it, for your dust cover. And it actually locks. The reason for this is this gun has the flash hider, which is also double as a rifle grenade launcher. And the Polish, I guess when they first developed this weapon, found that when they fired the grenade out of it, these dust covers would blow off. So they were really ingenious. They installed the lock here. And all you gotta do is push down on it. Just use my thumb there. Push down on it to release. Push up, push down. When I first bought this rifle, this is incredibly hard to do. I had to work it a little bit with my finger, put some a little bit of grease in there. But now, like I said, it's real easy, simple with the thumb to work at. Tear down of this rifle is again very similar to any AK. Simply push in on your release here, take your dust cover off, recoil spring, this slides right out just like any other AK. Slide your bolt straight back. Oh, got the safety on. So slide it straight back and it lifts right out just like any other AK. Real simple weapon. When I first bought the weapon, it was very dry and there was a lot of gunk in the barrel. So I did have to take about an hour, clean it, put a little grease in it. This weapon is designed to dry fire. When this is all dry in here, a little grease doesn't help. It just eases things out. I'm not, in a combat situation, so I keep the gun a little bit of grease on these rails inside here, a little bit of grease on the bolt, and gunfire is very nice. Another unique feature on this is the for your gas tube here. It's a free floating gas tube. Most AKs I've seen have a release right here. This weapon does not have it. It has this tiny little screw to give it a half or a quarter turn. I got a little tool here. It's told your forearm grip. Give it a little quarter turn. You actually feel this top pop loose. There. Slide it forward. Oh, forgot to mention, you gotta remove the cleaning rod. I'm getting ahead of myself, but anyhow, slide this forward. You can remove your lower forearm and your upper forearm, and your gas tube just lifts out. There it is, complete disassembly. Really easy, clean. It is an AK. They're probably one of the, I have ARs, I have a Bushmaster AR, and I know what I got when I got into this rifle. I didn't look for accuracy. I wanted something, a mud gun. And this is it. It's a really nice, efficient weapon. So to put the gun back together, we'll do that real quick. Your gas tube, it drops in. There's a notch. It only goes in one way. So got a little notch here. Let's put the, I usually start with the lower. It doesn't really matter. Put the lower on, the upper. Now squeeze those together. We can cover back down. Give it that quarter turn. Locks back in. Your bolt and carrier. Same as an AK. Just lock it right in there. Oh boy. Very cool spring. Slides right in. Again, just like an AK. And your dust cover. A little awkward, I'm doing this left-handed. There it goes. And you can lock it. Check the weapon, make sure it's still functioning properly. Pull it back. Seems good. Pull the trigger. Hold the trigger in. Pull it back again. Make sure it resets. There you go. Next video I'll shoot will probably be, get some nice weather here where it ain't raining and cold. We'll go down the range and we'll shoot this gun. I'll show you some of the keyholing effects. And see how this gun really runs. So, thanks YouTube. One more little quick characteristics. I was talking to my buddy about the keyholing effect on this weapon. And he still blames the barrels. These barrels are made in the United States. These are American-made barrels. And he's still saying the keyholing is because of the barrels. Some people blame that on the number of twists per inch on the barrel. This has a 1 in 10 ratio. I don't know what else to tell him. He kept arguing with me. It's not the bullet. It's not the bullet. So what I did is I went out. I gauged the bullet and I got some paperwork on it. Bullet diameter is 220 thousandths of an inch. So what I did is I took the flash hider off. It just unscrews counterclockwise. And what I wanted to do, real quick, I don't know how well you'll be able to see this. So I got my inside-outside dial calipers here. And what I wanted to do is just gauge this barrel diameter. Put that in there. It's coming out to 215. So it's actually 216. I don't know if you can see that on there or not. Oh well, it's going to come out on the camera. Which is smaller than the bullet diameter. So if you want to do this before you buy the gun, if you have a set of dial calipers, go ahead and you can check the barrel. That's well within spec. I don't know what else to say about the keyholing issue. If you do a little research, if you go to centuryarms.com and you go to notices, there's a write-up on there about this caliber, the 5.45 caliber. They've come to the same conclusion that I've told you. It's a characteristic common with the bullet, not the gun itself. These barrels are very good. Maybe the older ones were defective barrels. I don't know. But I know right now this is a good barrel on here.
I can see right through, too far gone to notice. You're some sick metal fool removed from truth.